Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Chev. I had a different plan for today, but I guess this will do. Today we had a massive, and I mean a massive leak for Black Ops 6. And it's not just one thing, it's many things. Now, I'm like 2 hours or so late to this at this point, but I also wasn't very sure if they were real right at the start, just because of the way that the things were, but we're here over on Charlie Intel. They ended up quote tweeting all of it. Now, I'm pretty sure at this point, every single one of them are taken down by Activision, as you can see here. Yep. Now, in this chat, the videos that were linked in there are embedded still in the chat, and the videos are still playing even though they're copywritten. But obviously with these leaks coming out, I cannot show you guys it. With that said, all of these leaks are coming from Better Than Alex. Likes? I have no idea. But let's scroll down to when it all started. Okay, they were talking about banning people over on Warzone and stuff. 65,000 accounts, great. Images of Black Ops 6 menus appear to be leaking, including showing a more vertical UI for loadout streaks and more. Now, I can see them on this monitor right over here, and the menus are absolutely updated. Things are definitely more vertical. I think I've seen some people still complain a little bit because it's not old school classic, but also at this point, we have a lot more features in the game than when we used to have those vertical menus, so I can confirm though, if you haven't seen any of the images anyway, I'm sure that they're floating around as well out there, even though they are getting copywritten. If they're being copywritten, it's most likely that they are very, very real. It's way more than just images, by the way. It's not just screenshots. They've shown gameplay, they've shown images of maps, then they've spawned into the map, they've shown weapons, they've shown attachments. Now, I have to point this out, that this is an early build of the game. Apparently, this was accessed through a jailbroken PS4. That's why the graphics look pretty bad. If you end up seeing any of the gameplay, you'll know why the graphics look so bad. Black Ops 6 leaks appear to be due to someone who has a jailbroken PS4 accessing build, which is why the graphics look rough. The last gen versions aren't going to look as good as the PS5, Xbox Series, and PC version. So the menus are definitely better. They're showing loadout streaks and stuff like that. They did try to get access to the camos, but the camos aren't displaying anything. The files themselves are not there, but they did have some names and stuff. But again, a lot of the names are likely placeholder. There's just a bunch of Alpha, Beta, Foxtrot, Echo. We haven't seen any details or any actual pictures of camos. They're just not there. With that said though, on the tab where they're showing the camos, this could be a crazy thing. I don't know if it's just like specific. You know how we currently have a mastery camo and a separate camo category for multiplayer, and then we have zombies, and when you go underneath of them, they have their own mastery camos. There is a tab on there, multiplayer, Warzone, and zombies. That Warzone tab could mean that there's camo grind in Warzone. That would be the only way that they get me back onto Warzone, by the way. If they add a mastery camo that specifically comes from Warzone, it'll probably be the last one that I do. I'll probably do multiplayer first, zombie second, and then Warzone third, depending on how difficult they are and what the camos look like overall. Now, again, that's not a confirmation. I didn't see anything in the menu, and maybe it's just like a separate tab for Warzone for like Warzone related challenges, but there is no mastery camo. So, but that's what the menu says. Menu has multiplayer, Warzone, and zombie. All separate tab. The gunsmith UI also has the attachments listed vertically instead of a never-ending right scroll. It doesn't take up as much of the screen. They also leaked pictures and images of the maps on their loading screens and stuff like that, as well as data mine names and stuff, but those could be wrong or off or whatever. But obviously everything here is subject to change. But we got Vorkuta Mine, we got Vorkuta. This right here could be the same map or just two separate maps. We got Catacomb, Flat, Dig, Babylon. I've seen an image of Babylon. Babylon looks like a camo grindy map. Babylon looks incredibly small. Train Graveyard, Russian base, Takatra 2. Now, obviously, the 2 is probably not going to actually be there. It's just there in terms of the file name. I highly doubt it'll just be named 2. Hacienda Alt. I assume it's just a Hacienda remake from Black Ops 4. Again, early build. Got Strip Mall, Red Card, Firing Range 2. It's obviously not going to be named Firing Range 2. It's just going to be Firing Range. Failed, Canals, Island, Pillage, Radar, Stealth, and of course, Nuketown. That's 20 whole maps already data mined. Don't know if all of these are on release or whatever. 9 Black Ops 6 maps are leaked. Maps as you wish. Sadly, there is only a tiny preview. We'll get all individually, showing pictures of the Skyline map. Black Ops 6 multiplayer gameplay. Obviously, you can't see it, but basically it was a video of the guy just running around a map, shooting a little bit. Didn't really do that much movement there, but then people complained at him. How are you getting on Black Ops 6 and not showing the biggest thing, the omnidirectional movement? It's the biggest thing for this game. It changes everything. Omnidirectional movement is supposed to be something that is going to be in the next Call of Duties for the foreseeable future that we know of. So it's very important to show it. It ended up showing all of the current weapons that are in the game. Also, I believe that there was only 2 sniper rifles in the current build. He also showed a bunch of different attachments for the sniper rifles, including one of them that mentions tac stance being back. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to blur my screen here now, but now he's showing like field upgrades, perks, wild card. Also, there's an image here of the whole custom loadout thing. The menu looks super clean. Also, I know you guys aren't gonna hear it, but the audio, the music is incredible. A primary slot, a secondary slot, a dedicated melee slot, tactical, lethal, perk 1, 2, and 3, and then there's a specialty along with the field upgrade and wildcard. Now, a lot of people were confused about what this combat specialty thing is. It's basically the golden perk. It's something that ends up activating if you end up equipping 3 of the same perks. So there's a red perk, a blue perk, and a green perk. If you equip 3 different red perks, you get something called Enforcer. If you equip all the blue, you get something called Recon. If you equip all the green, you get something called Strategist. Enforcer gives you a temporary buff to movement speed and health regen. So it kind of adds like a quick fix kind of thing. So if you use all red perks, you basically get quick fix at the end of it for the bonus. Recon, enemies can be seen through walls for a short time after respawn. A HUD edge indicator flashes when an enemy is outside your view. Leave no death skulls when killing enemies. So you spawn in, you see everybody through the walls, and then you also basically get high alert with that, and like the assassin or whatever the usual perk is for hiding skulls and stuff whenever you get people. And then you have Strategist. You equip 3 different green perks, and then you end up unlocking Strategist. Earn a score bonus for objectives and destroying enemy content. See enemy content through walls a short distance. Deploy equipment and field upgrades faster. Now, me personally, I don't know if I would use any of these specialty things unless they're incredibly good. Enforcer sounds better than the other ones. I would probably get Enforcer. Also ended up showing some kill streaks and stuff. I can look at it over here. In this video, he puts out the RCXD, drives it around a little bit, has some fun with that, launches a Hellfire missile. And also, everything in this gameplay looks very similar to the stuff that they had showed at the Black Ops 6 Direct. Hellfire looks insane. Ends up showing the Chopper Gunner. He says Chopper Gunner is OP. I mean, it's melting people, don't get me wrong, but they're just kind of stuck, so I don't know. I don't know what map this is. Actually, I think they've shown this map in COD Next. It's one of those sandy maps with the destroyed satellite. Obviously, showing a bunch of the gameplay of the omnidirectional movement right here. Just showing that you can dive front, left, back, forward. Didn't really show anything that, you know, any kind of tech or anything found out. The guy has literally played this thing for probably less than 30 minutes, and everybody's screaming at him to do some tech. So he doesn't know. He's not really doing anything crazy with the movement or anything like that. Don't expect him to. It'll take a little bit of time for people to figure out the tech. There's a customizable HUD that they were talking about before. He showed the entire options menu for all of the HUD options. You can bunch of preset things where if you pick this certain thing, the radar ends up in this corner. If you pick this thing, hold on, wait, is Tony retired? Tony Ferguson just lost again. I'm gonna cry, man. I hate my life. Okay, he should retire, but he's not. Okay, so he left one glove and kept the other one. Okay, I just hate watching him lose. Anyway, yeah, those are all the leaks. It's very difficult to go into detail about it all, obviously, without showing it. So I had a different plan today, but you'll see what that video is tomorrow. But today, this guy ended up blessing us all with some gameplay and leaks and just more information, so I appreciate him. Hopefully he can just leak some more information, maybe even like newer, more recent builds and stuff at some point. Who knows? Yeah, he's still continuing to put some more stuff up onto his Twitter, even though everything before that has been taken down. Now he's showing like little intricate parts of certain maps and stuff that he's on with a bunch of interactable objects. There's like buttons to open secret like passageways into different little rooms and stuff. Then there's another button inside of an air vent that goes to something else. He also has a little clip right here showcasing or teasing the slide canceling. I imagine the slide canceling is completely fine. It looked completely fine in the direct gameplay and stuff. Just seems like he's messing with people at this point. It feels like he's leaked virtually everything he possibly could. Good for him.